Well, awesome. I know you're also involved in Gamer.vote. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, so Gamer.vote, I think it's amazing because as gamers, we make up about 136 million plus gamers in the world, right? That's a lot of people, right? And right now, with everything we're facing.
The John Hancock Tower rising. And deep. I love his eyes. All right, thank you, D.A. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward. And for Boston, Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Daniel Tice out there with Tatum. And it's Walker in at the point guard. Now here is Lowry. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Shot's good by Walker. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing it, adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. Free throw dropped for Kyle Lowry. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Efficiency. I mean, that's an area where Walker has improved. No need to force it. Keep your eyes up. Make the right basketball play.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. VanVleet with it. Brown on him. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Siakam. Oh, that was something else.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Passes it to VanVleet. Lowry against Walker. Ibaka right side. Over Tice. Ibaka, no luck.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Anunoby, guarded by Walker. Great D that time from Tatum.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his pass.
Now here's VanVleet. He's covered by Brown. VanVleet with it. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Hayward kicks to Brown. And a miss there on the triple. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Raptors. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
Yeah, Greg, it forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they wanted to. And then the game got ugly.
Now here's Lowry. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Pass to VanVleet. Over Tatum. And the Raptors miss again. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Toronto with the ball, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. To the inside, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Toronto. Right now they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, the Celtics. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And for the Raptors, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Because, you know, that's the mindset you have to have. They know if they can get to the playoffs, they have the talent to do some real damage.
Brown the pass to Tice. Siakam against Tatum. Launches a 3. And it's Lowry with the rebound. From deep. He can't hit that time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Raptors. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens.
Our relationship started when I was in high school.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
Well, looking at this quarter, they should be. Another quarter like this, and they'll be riding high at halftime.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter, we've got Davis. He's out there with Norman Powell. Marcus Gasol is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Boucher in at the 4 slot. The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Williams passes to Brown. A fadeaway. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night.
I tell you what, Brown is a powerful wing player. You'd like to get him the ball inside.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Outside, Davis. Trae. A three-pointer is right on target. Davis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, Greg. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Nice shot by Smart.
Oh, the mid-range game, a lost art. Nice bucket by Smart.
Raptors with the lead. It's Powell on the wing. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
Williams passes to Wanamaker. Back to Williams. Sweet move. Here's Brown. Cantor against Gasol. Cantor dishes to Brown. Here's Wanamaker. No good on the triple. Toronto leading by 3. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Boucher. That one off the back iron and out. Austin's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 6 in the quarter. Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there, in the transition game?
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace, but that doesn't mean you hurry and take a hurried shot. Pacing and speed is all about getting it past half court to see if the defense is set, and if they're not, to take advantage. But it's a two-step process. If the team would just run all crazy or willy-nilly like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Shot's good by Williams.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
There's 42 seconds left in the first half of the game. Van Vliet. They get it again. Here's Siakam. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backcourt.
Outside, Smart. Here's Williams. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Van Vliet. Good. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Pass to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so it's the Toronto Raptors bringing the quarter to a close. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. And
we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Celtics. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Van Vliet. The shot's good. Van Vliet's got 7 points in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
He just powered that one down. One of the game's top dunkers. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. Leading by 5.
Out of Willard High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked 2nd in the class of 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
And the basket by Lowry.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that, but either way, it's a tough shot.
Sinks the triple. And Cal Berkeley, not the biggest basketball program in the country, so Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdul-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players Union.
Siakam misses. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. Boston making some changes. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Norman Powell's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Anunoby. The three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 3. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control. Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
The pass to Powell. Out to the right wing. Toronto working the ball around now. Gasol finds Davis. Williams with the block. Over to the wing. Wanamaker. And it falls over the rim and in. Wanamaker's got his second basket of the game. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one. And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Gasol on the high post. There's Hollis Jefferson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Hollis Jefferson's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by Boston?
Williams, that's a two-pointer. And again, it's Boston converted.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, it's taken on a different feel since the break. You can see how many more hustle plays are being made.
Passes it to Davis. To the right wing, to the paint. Gasol kicks to Anunoby. Powell for 3. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Tatum. Tatum on the wing. Powell with the steal.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Over in the corner, Williams. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. Some changes for Boston. Williams comes in for Williams. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Then for the Raptors, Siakam is checked in for Anunoby. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Lets the 3 fly. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. 4 seconds left. And it's Boston with another.
I like Smart being aggressive right time. Getting into the lane. Using his power and speed to his advantage.
Lowry inside the line. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for Boston. What a quarter. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Now as we add stops and
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. We've got Fred VanVleet. Siakam is out there with Ibaka. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Lowry in at the point guard position. Ibaka finds Siakam. Beyond the arc. Ibaka, no luck. Celtics leading by 5. Walker goes in. 2 points. That one goes.
You can't shake Walker. He's just a master at cashing in on these and-one opportunities.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
VanVleet passes to Lowry. Count it. Good.
a veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
Pass to Tice. Walker with a clean look. No good with the triple. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during this time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Toronto. Walker the pass to Williams. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And one thing Williams has, a lot of natural strength. You can play him physical, but most of the time he's going to win that battle.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lowry. Siakam outside. Pass to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. Back to Siakam. Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's Ibaka, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream. But there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years of my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never, ever, I've never had a better feeling. Eating her food and being able to go out and play.
I bet.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
There's the pass to Van Vliet from deep three-point range. Rebound, Gordon Hayward.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And easy 2 points on the layup.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
Here's Anunoby. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it out, play your hardest, and live with the results.
Williams gets the bucket.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
A five-time All-Star. Lowry has come a long way since being drafted 24th overall back in 2006.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. Tatum on the wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Siakam. Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Where do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum? Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Three-pointer, Lowry. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Tatum. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on an 18-4 run.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Celtics.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Jaylen Brown.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Outside Thomas. The 3. It's good from long range. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. On the wing, Green. Second chance shot. Williams with a clean look. Boston, no good that time either. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Toronto. Outside, Davis. Off target from outside. Here's Ogilvy. Outside Williams for the 3. No good on that one. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy,
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
You know how they say you don't miss something until it's gone? Thankfully, the wait is over because it's all back. Well, with a slight twist. It's the game you love, like we've never seen it before. 22 teams, all in one place, ready to make his.
The skyline of downtown Toronto really looking wonderful tonight. It's a beautiful evening here on the shores of... Now it's sent down to David Aldridge standing by.
For a long time, the Raptors playing in Canada.
And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, D.A. And here's a look at some numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Huerter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with Collins. And it's Young in at the point guard position. And for the Raptors, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. Back to Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Hawks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Here's Hunter. The feed to Young. He kicks it to Capella. Looking for Young. He gets it there. In the corner. Huerter with it. Tries again. Hunter, the pass to Capella. And here's Young from the arc. Drills it from outside.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
And the last two drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Lowry passes to Van Vliet. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Wow, what an easy look Kyle Lowry creates for his teammates. One of the best setup men in the entire league.
Young taking his time here. No good from outside.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Lowry. No good on the shot. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Here's Huerter. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
The drive by Lowry. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta leading by 3. Pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Ibaka with the ball. And guarded by Capella. Here's Siakam. He can't get that one. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Huerter passes to Young. Outside Collins. Fires the 3. Here's Capella. Kicks it out to Collins. Here's Huerter. Covered by Van Vliet. Down low. And the dunk by Capella.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. They trail by 7.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And Greg Huerter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7", good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Atlanta making some changes. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Collins.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Back to Powell from the arc. Rebound Atlanta. 54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Dedmon. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Davis surveying the floor. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Teague against Gasol. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Dedmon's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And here is Davis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Gasol, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Reddish's shot is good.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the...
And so it's Atlanta. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at...
You come in every day. Guys ain't...
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance here from the Hawks so far.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Hawks. Carter out there with Reddish. Then there's Teague. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Bembry in at the 2. Carter kicks to Teague. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Reddish. Offline with his 3. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against Utah.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
We talk about multiple efforts on the defensive end, and I thought, boy, that was good old-fashioned focus, team effort. What a win.
Here's Boucher. And again, no good by Toronto. Atlanta leading by 13.
And you talk about this market of Toronto, Doris, it's been slept on for a long time.
No doubt, Greg, this is one of the biggest markets in North America. The Raptors are Canada's team, a country of over 37 million people. The Raptors ranked 4th last season in attendance.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Gasol's in the post. Dedmon's there. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Marc doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Young against Lowry. Here's Fernando. Pass to Hunter, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. First, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said.
You're smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
That one falls.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Huerter passes to Fernando. A 3-ball. Atlanta gets it back in a new 14. Collins wide open. He fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Collins has got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks. Now here is Lowry. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Young. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
You know, the cleverness Young possesses is just uncanny. Puts the defense in a bind whenever he drives it to the rack.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Here's Lowry, and Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Left side Lowry. From past the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lowry's got 5.
Well, there is absolutely no doubt that Kyle Lowry can shoot with range. He can make you pay from out there.
Young with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, this second quarter has proven to be a turnaround. This guy looking much more comfortable all of a sudden.
Van Vliet looking around. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Anunoby, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Huerter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. He's got 5.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see. Atlanta was looking great right away. Their exceptional focus and all-around execution. And that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Fred Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Pass to Huerter. From deep. But they'll get another chance.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Lowry with the ball. He's got 5. Wing shot on the way. No good that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth in his first season as a head coach in the NBA. It translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Van Vliet, and stolen by Hunter. Here's Huerter. While recovering, here's Capella, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013, really an incredible journey, guys.
Here's Collins, and stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Wow, what a find. Marc Gasol, one of the best passing big men in the league.
The Hawks leading by 18. Here's Bembry, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now Capella. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Gasol with the steal. Outside, Davis. And Lowry has it in the corner. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. And it's 9 points for Kyle Lowry.
Well, this guy can navigate around a basketball court with the best of them. Kyle Lowry in a catch and shoot, turn the lights out.
Teague against Lowry. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got his second basket of the night.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's Lowry, and again it's Toronto converting.
It feels like in some ways this is Kyle Lowry's natural range with the jumper, doing work from the mid-range. I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality.
Davis with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Collins finds Teague. 1:15 left to play here in the third. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Oh my goodness, if you don't get in front of Jeff Teague, he's going to throw it down off that dribble drive.
And Kyle Lowry is never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
So it's the Hawks now. Raptors trail by 15. From deep, Gasol. Anunoby kicks to Siakam. Bangs home the trifecta. Siakam's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
And the shot goes in.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
There's 21 seconds left in the third. Back to Teague. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Atlanta up by 10. We'll be... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Young and Huerter make up the backcourt. Then there's Carter. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Fernando in at the 4 slot. Out to the right wing. Here's Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting a pretty good result.
Young in the corner. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scorers, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impressed you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
John Collins, he's checked in for Atlanta. Hunter comes in for Vince Carter.
And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94. The fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Now, here is Young. He's covered closely, and the layup is good. Young's got 19 points.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Powell, that's good.
Well, this guy's very capable of capitalizing close to the rim. Norman Powell making an impact inside.
Now, here is Young, covered by VanVleet. And Young kicks to Hunter. In the corner, Collins with it. No good on the three.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
And the shot is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Young left side. Here's Dedmon. Tapped in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his third assist on the night. Raptors trail by 9. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Collins. Lays it up off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 11.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lowry's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Capella's checked in.
I tell you, this guy combines crafty moves and an effective shot to attack defense. Kyle Lowry cooking.
Pass to Young from deep three-point range. Kept alive by Atlanta. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big-time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not afraid to take hits on the way to the free throw line. Kyle Lowry will manufacture points any way he has to.
And the Raptors with some changes. Siakam is checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Norman Powell.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
Bucket is good. Huerter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Lowry passes to Siakam. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And here's Young from the arc. Rebound by the Raptors. Anunoby's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Lowry. Score the basket. His 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Well, it's almost a sure thing when Kyle Lowry decides to drive hard to the cup. What a tremendous finisher on the move.
Here's Young. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Hawks.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Trae Young.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Rejected by Gasol.
This guy, the defensive anchor, Marc Gasol, twice on the pipes.
Here's Powell. Good work defensively by Carter.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings.
And so Atlanta takes this one.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives. Well, the weekend has officially begun. DA, it sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Collins.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Huerter make up the back. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the pace. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Here's Walker after Clint Capella's bucket. From downtown, and that's good. Kemba Walker for 3.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard, and when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York. Here's Brown, and he makes good on the layup.
And Brown is just a physical beast, especially inside where he gets whatever he wants.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Pass to Capella. Outside Collins. And that one is off. And it's Boston the other way. Inside, here's Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Outside Collins. To stop the run. Good on the jump shot.
Collins showing now he's got a little bit of touch from that range. He's a third-generation point guard as Trae Young. His father and grandfather both played the point guard position, and both of them really helping him arrive at this level.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
To the paint. It's stolen by Tice. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And it's blocked. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. And then for Boston. Enes Kanter comes in for Daniel Tice. And Smart subbed in for Gordon Hayward. And here's Young from the arc. Rebound Boston. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. Here's Brown. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Young. It's good he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. His father played professionally with dreams of making the NBA. When Trae grew to share that dream, his dad helped him do it.
Well, his dad also had several alarm clocks around the house, Kevin. 5:30 wake-up calls in the morning. They trained before he went to class. With all the effort that he's put in and with all the efforts from the family, Trae Young is expected to achieve greatness, and he's out here to do that.
Connects from three-point range.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
Lets the 3 fly. They grab their own miss.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here is Young. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. No good with the triple.
His touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Here's Capella, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but and here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so it's the Boston Celtics heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about it.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
You don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Hawks. They've got Carter. Jones is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Teague, and it's Huerter in at the shooting guard position.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA. But that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Collins checked in for Capella. Young, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Jones, the pass to Young. Fires the three. Rebound by Williams.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Tries to hit him. And the rejection by Collins. Young passes to Huerter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists in the game.
Focused shot there and a tough one. Give Huerter credit.
Stolen by Collins. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Young.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And he finishes nicely on the layup. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverley, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Hunter comes in for Carter. Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. And the layup's good off the glass. Smart's got 6.
Yeah, nice play by Smart. Under control in transition, something also he's improved at.
And it's Capella missing.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Williams gets the bucket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Huerter, guarded by Smart. The Hawks again can't hit. Celtics leading by 4. Gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Back to Young. On deep. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. 9 points in the game so far.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Hayward. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Atlanta calls timeout. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Atlanta making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for John Collins. And it's Teague in for Young. Then for the Celtics, Enes Kanter's checked in for Williams. Brown comes in for Smart. And Walker's subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. And he makes the first.
Well, some people looking at Atlanta and their situation in terms of the rebuild and wondering what direction they would go. They've made some pretty solid picks. Got John Collins at the 19th pick as a foundation piece, and then obviously drafting Trae Young and Kevin Huerter, relying on shooting on the perimeter. Things moving along swiftly in Atlanta.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Brown the pass to Kanter. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. To take a look at the Celtics. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, the Hawks. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for the Hawks, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Dedmon, and good that time. Dedmon's got his second basket of the night.
Smart around the rim. Dedmon has the physical skills and the touch to be pretty effective from there.
Now, here's Tice, guarded closely. And it's off from three-point range. He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Out in front of the half is Boston. They have a narrow three-point lead. And that...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the center. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Stolen by Walker. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Jason Tatum. 16th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end, and it's no wonder he's top 20 in points. Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Young.
And Trae Young exploring the limits of his range in this one. Maybe not a super athlete, or at least a hyper athlete in the Westbrook mode, but Trae Young's ball handling ability does some incredible things for him out there on the floor to create space and help him change pace for those kind of angles where he can score.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And here's Walker. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Tatum kicks to Walker. And here's Brown outside. That doesn't go either for Brown. And you love the aggressiveness of Young attacking off the dribble. And Brent, for his size, able to finish inside.
Well, he can get to the inside. He can shake guys loose. It's his ability to see the floor, Kevin. But it still comes down to that range where Trae Young has confidence to pull up from just about anywhere to get his offense going.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. That one drops for him. Collins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
It's pretty clear that Collins is settling in to the strengths of his game.
Boston leading by 4. And here's Brown outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 5th assist in this one. 1:53 left in the third quarter of the game. On its way from Young for 2. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Great to watch Trae Young set plays up on a nightly basis.
There's the steal. Collins with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Young drives in. It counts. And the foul.
That's good.
Kemba Walker picks one up. Both teams will make substitutions. At the number of trades now starting to involve stars. It feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And that one is good. Collins has got 6.
Big guy can move. John Collins finds a way to get that one to go.
Outside, Smart. To the middle, here's Cantor. Collins with some nice D. The Hawks trail it. Here's Huerter. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Huerter now mixing it up a little bit, not just staying on the perimeter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Boston making a switch here. Tice is checked in.
And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wanamaker misses. Young outside, trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And the Hawks lead by 1. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Huerter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Carter out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Teague in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. It's Smart with the drive, and he gets the bucket. Smart's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Celtics. Here's Huerter. Back to Teague. It's tipped, and as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Carter's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Here's Smart. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Huerter. Count that one. And now a 4-point Hawks lead.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Smart passes to Cannon. Here's Wanamaker, and good, he nails it. Wanamaker's got his first bucket in this one.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And that one's good, Hunter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Inside, banked in off the glass.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Right wing. Here's Teague. Got a hand on it. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Cantor against Carter. Here's Wanamaker. Off target from three-point range. The Hawks leading. Outside Teague. Rebounded by Smart. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Pulls up. And Tatum the bucket on the assist from Enes Kanter.
And you love that offensive mindset from Tatum. Relentless when it comes to scoring.
Hawks passing it around. And that one's good. Hunter.
Well, we saw this from Hunter in the tournament. When Virginia won the championship, he was a clutch performer.
Here's Smart. That's in for his fifth field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Jaylen Brown.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Here's Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Drawing the foul down low. Trae Young earning that trip to the line.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Basket good. Young's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
Embracing the big moment is Trae Young.
For Boston, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a crucial basket, and Huerter big time.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Now, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
And Young gets to Capella. Over Tice. And it's Capella missing.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there. And that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
In the 2018 season, as the 5th overall pick, Trae Young was phenomenal towards the end of the year, winning 3 straight Rookie of the Month awards.
Tatum dishes to Hayward. Brown the pass to Walker. Back to Brown. On its way from Hayward for 2. Doesn't go that time. And Atlanta will come the other way. Collins passes to Huerter. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Walker. Now Dedmon. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Tatum. Young with the steal. Here's Dedmon. And so it's Atlanta with the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Last couple of weeks, we've been talking with community members as well as 2K devs about NBA 2K21.
We've been asking the community members about what they're excited for with the new game.
As well as devs and asking them what we can expect. And here at 2K TV, we bring together
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see we are new.
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star. But from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, I never saw myself.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5, down low. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. Two good rebounding teams here tonight, Steve. They rely on second chance points.
Yeah, great offensive rebounding teams and teams that can put up second chance opportunities. They control the pace by hitting the glass. So interesting to see who wins that battle.
And Steve, if nothing else, just more shots, right?
Yes.
They'll just take more FGA.
More possessions.
4 on the shot clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Celtics ball. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Outside, Walker. A shot missing. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
Here's VanVleet. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Three-pointer, Lowry. The Raptors rebound. Siakam misses.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Wasted no time on that one. Brown's got 5 now.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
Now, here's Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz. To the wing right side. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And it's Walker penetrating. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Here's Anunoby, defended by Hayward. Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Pass to Siakam. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
You know, with Siakam, it's not just his size. It's his agility that allows him to succeed in the painted area.
Brown drives in. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Raptors trail by 6.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced. It looked like the defense just flat out froze out there. Clear breakdown in communication to allow that easy bucket.
And Hayward gets it to go.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
We talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors. Where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations. They are able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
Here's Brown after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Brown feeling it out a bit. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for Toronto. 4-point game. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And it says a lot about you that even when you're not at your best, they definitely were still in that game and able to win comfortably.
And really, how scary is that? That's not even close to their peak form, and they still got the job done.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now here's Walker. 11-point game his last outing.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Here's Tice. Back to Hayward. Tatum kicks to Brown. Hits the three-point bomb. Brown's got 8 points.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's Lowry. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Van Vliet. And the three off target. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And Hayward at the stuff.
Look out. Watch out. Gordon Hayward is showing his explosiveness.
Now Van Vliet. Outside Lowry. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for Boston. He notched it. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court for the Celtics, Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Williams is out there with Ennis Cantor. And it's Wanamaker in at the point guard. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. The kick out to Williams. Smart passes to Wanamaker. Another shot, and the layup is good. Wanamaker's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Here's Powell. Rebound by Williams. Celtics leading by 7. Brown drives in, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Davis, the pass to Gasol. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night.
I mean, for a guy who shot almost no three-pointers over the first 8 years of his career, Gasol looks very comfortable out there.
Nice shot by Smart. Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
Here's Powell. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. The shot by Powell, no good. Boston leading by 10. Here's Brown. That one goes in. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you aren't going to slow down Brown when he's scoring the ball like this. He is simply on a tear.
Davis with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the Raptors miss again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the shot goes in. Cantor's got the lead up to 14 now for the Celtics.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Right side, Williams. Pass to Wanamaker. Smart, wide open, he fires. And again, Boston with the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. In the third spot, Marcus Smart.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
You'll never find any of those guys sitting back and letting their guard down for a single moment. That's for sure. They're out there looking for every opportunity to make an impact defensively.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Robert Williams is checked in for Boston. Jason Tatum comes in for Brown. And the pass to Williams. On the wing, Williams. It's rebounded by Gasol. Raptors trail by 18. Here's Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
Some people would say Johnson takes too many contested jumpers. This time, he's money.
Outside Williams. And a miss there on the triple. The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Johnson kicks to Van Vliet. Off target with his 3. Top of the key, Wanamaker. And he misses the fast break layup.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. It was a big-time first quarter for Jaylen Brown. He had 12 points and... Thanks for joining.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, the passing he brings to the table on full display through the first 2 quarters.
The engine that makes them run. He's been able to push the action, and he's making great decisions.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Raptors 5 right now. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey
but his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Now Walker following the three-point attempt by Pascal Siakam. Walker's shot is off. And Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Down by 15. And there it is for him. Here's Walker. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Here's Tatum. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Lowry has the open look. That three off the mark.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Brown against Lowry. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Now here's Van Vliet. Not a lot of room. And the shot goes down. That's 7 points for Siakam.
This speaks to Siakam's all-around game. You're going to give me the mid-range jumper? I'll take it.
Brown dishes to Tatum. And a wide open look for Walker. And he's good on the three ball. Walker's got 5 now.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half. Showing good execution on the offensive end.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23, and he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Here's Anunoby. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Just 5 to shoot. And Ibaka kicks to Van Vliet. A three-pointer off the mark.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. He never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Siakam. Norman Powell comes in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Now here is Ibaka. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Lowry finds Powell. Lowry against Walker. Outside, Davis. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Raptors. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And this is a perfect situation for them coming up. They'll be facing a lot of teams that they should beat, and those games will be at home. Can't ask for a better stretch of the schedule.
Now here's Davis, following the miss by Kemba Walker. Davis, the pass to Ibaka. Lowry up top. To the inside. Davis kicks to Lowry. No good on the triple.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Williams passes to Cantor. Walker against Ibaka. Back to Cantor. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball, with the second effort. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hayward can't hit. Raptors trail by 18. Stolen by Smart. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Walker's running from deep. Williams. Cantor kicks to Hayward. Tries again, and the shot is good. Cantor's got 4 this quarter. And so it's the Boston Celtics closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Then it's Williams. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point. Pass to Gasol. Over Tatum. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Right idea, but just too much heat on him defensively, even with the fadeaway.
Here's Boucher. His three-pointers off the mark. Celtics leading by 20. Williams passes to Wanamaker. Here's Hayward. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Boucher's got his 4th rebound in this one. From deep. And the Raptors miss again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Isn't it interesting, Smitty, we're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter, you can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Celtics. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Boston again missing.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Well, we were just talking about this, Steve, as the game of basketball always evolves. You look at the WNBA now. The quality of play there is terrific.
The talent level in the WNBA is at an all-time high. I love watching and gaining some tricks on how they play the game. And also, Kevin, athletically, there's a lot of young ladies being able to dunk the basketball now.
Absolutely amazing. You're right, Steve. Smart against Siakam. Gasol makes it off the glass.
Oh, that's great awareness. That's a great pass. Credit Siakam and the work he's done to understand where everyone is in this offense.
To the wing on the left. Here's Wanamaker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Siakam. The first one falls. Walker's checked in for Marcus Smart. He's perfect from the line this time. Raptors trail by 18. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Here's Van Vliet. From outside, off the mark.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Tatum with it. Now guarded by Siakam. Toronto, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Misses the 3. Celtics leading by 18. Marcus Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Boston also with the sub. Hayward's checked in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
The first free throw is good. And a new group in for the Celtics. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Tatum. Shemi Ojeleye comes in for Gordon Hayward. Green, he's checked in for Brown. And it's Edwards in for Kemba Walker.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jaylen Brown.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
And Davis, here we go, and he banks in the layup.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Ojale. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Edwards against Davis. Now, here's Tice. From deep three-point range. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Oh, thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
We bring together the NBA 2K community as well as the NBA 2K devs.
That's right, so let's see what happens when we take gameplay director Mike Wang and mix him up with Agent Zero. Check it out. I bet you're all wondering the same thing. What is NBA 2K21 all about?
Showtime for the Raptors as they pulled into the building. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Right, Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at center. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Huerter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at the 5 down low. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
On defense, Toronto. Following the three-pointer by Trae Young. And the dunk by Capella.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
And here's Lowry. Coming in off a 21-point game, his last outing. And it's in there. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Over to the wing. Back to Huerter. Wide open look. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Now Van Vliet. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Back to Siakam. Anunoby in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Siakam passes to Van Vliet. A three-pointer, no good. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Lowry can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense.
The Hawks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Raptors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's 2-on-1. Finished off the break. Huerter's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Lowry against Young. Outside Lowry. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Some guys, Kevin, just have a knack to get to the cup. Kyle Lowry's all about being aggressive and assertive.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. And it's Carter missing.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
I think we have to check his sanity because there's a number of better options on the floor.
Here's Boucher, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. .136 left in the first quarter of the game. Powell, that's good. The Hawks leading by 4. Carter outside. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 5. Back to Carter. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
And doors for Jeff Teague. He's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision, he cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Raptors trail by 8. There's 42 seconds left here in the opening quarter. At the elbow, it's Gasol. Atlanta with the rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Reddish. Yep, that one goes.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Now here's Davis. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Right side Gasol. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The putback. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And so it's Atlanta going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their... Marc Gasol so appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of...
Just fun. You see more fans on the stand.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Hollis Jefferson. Davis is out there with Norman Powell. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the four-man position. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow, the vertical of Hollis Jefferson, simply unreal. This guy's got a little showman in his game.
Teague inside the line. It's rebounded by Gasol. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to the Knicks. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Outside, Davis. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
And Reddish with the slam.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Raptors trail by 9. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Davis against Teague. Passes it to Dedmon. Picked away. Now the Raptors moving it up. There's Hollis Jefferson, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, we know this. Few big men in the history of the game have passed the ball as well as Marc Gasol.
Teague kicks to Dedmon. Back to Teague. Jacks up a three. Powell pulls it in. Raptors trail by 5. Outside, Davis. There's the three. The shot by Powell, no good. Hawks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Reddish. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor. Shoots the three well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
Davis against T. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. They've held a 12-point lead early. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Teague, the pass to Carter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 9.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Davis against Teague. Beyond the arc. Hollis Jefferson tips it back in. Hollis Jefferson's got 8 points. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Here's Bembry. Knocks down the 10-footer. 34 seconds left to play in the first half.
A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Well, you want to make sure you maximize that first shot in this 2-for-1 situation, though. Don't take a bad one just to accomplish it.
Siakam left side. Clock at 6. 3-pointer, Lowry. Raptors get it back. Here's Anunoby. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on DeAndre Hunter.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him.
So he gets them both. Here's Huerter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And so it...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching it. Atlanta came ready to play. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. After a solid quarter of play, and that should do it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Raptors trail by 9. Huerter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Collins is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Young in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Lowry's gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Here's Huerter, covered by Van Vliet. Capella goes in, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Now here's Van Vliet. Tight defense on him, and it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Van Vliet. Drains the 3-pointer. Van Vliet's got 5 now. Norris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably two guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Down low, Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that, Greg. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Young against Lowry. And Young, here we go. Over to the left wing. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. He's got 11.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Lowry with the ball. He's got 10. Pass to Siakam. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And that's now 6 points for Siakam.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And the Hawks making a change here. Bembry's checked in, and that one misses.
He's a guy you have to game plan for. The way Young scores and passes the ball creates so many problems for the defense.
And here's Lowry. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. 3 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that Thunder game, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Lowry feeling it out a bit. The pass to Van Vliet. They get it back. And Ibaka kicks to Anunoby. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Toronto also making a switch. Gasol's checked in. As we get a break in the action, let's take a moment to check out the NBA's leaders in steals. And you look at Van Vliet. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
The Raptors making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Raptors trail by 8. Now Van Vliet. He's got 5. Passes it to Siakam. Back to Van Vliet. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Reddish. And Gasol sends it back.
What defensive instincts. What timing by Marc Gasol. Nice block.
The shot by Powell, no good.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Capella with it, working on a bucket. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Atlanta making a switch here. Teague's checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Davis is checked in for Serge Ibaka. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 11-point game. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
To the paint. Here's Davis, and it's blocked.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use. Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it.
Collins, good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hawks on top, up 10. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Powell is out there with Davis, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Huerter passes to Carter. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Listen, he's hot and cold. Don't let him get hot, because then he's rolling.
Raptors trail by 16. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And Toronto also making a switch. Lowry's checked in. Atlanta's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Bembry goes back up. And Capella with a nice bucket inside. Capella's got 9 points here in the second half. The Raptors shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Lowry kicks to Davis. To halt the run, drops in the tray.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Collins. From past the arc. That shot off. And Toronto will come the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Doris, you've played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
Great insight. Lowry, good.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Young outside. To the right side. Pass to Capella. From deep three-point range, Young's shot is off.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Siakam. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Hunter. Lays it up and banks it in.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Here's Lowry. And foul on the shot. So the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins.
You know, you think about the most important players in Toronto Raptors history. Vince Carter probably number one. DeMar DeRozan would be on that list. But boy, Kyle Lowry has got to be there as well. Remarkable how far they've come since he joined the team back in 2012.
He's looking for Siakam and finds him. Lets it go with the three. Toronto gets it back with a new 14. Here's Van Vliet. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Young pass to Huerter. The kick out to Young. Those three-pointers off the mark. And the Raptors and Lowry both grew together, wouldn't you say?
A marriage made in heaven. Kyle Lowry has always played with a huge chip on his shoulder. He still carries that edge, but that maturity and leadership turned into a championship in Toronto. Doesn't get better than that.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Hawks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Trae Young.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Siakam outside for the three. Rebounded by Capella. Young dishes to Hunter. Back to Young. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
both current gen and next gen.
So we're going directly to the developers to ask.
Gameplay director Mike Wang joins us here on 2K TV. Mike, how are you?
Hey, it's great to see you guys.
How has development been staying at home during this tough period?
Oh man, it's been a whirlwind. I mean, I think at first it was a little bit rocky. We're all trying to learn the ropes, and over time it's got.
And the three. And I feel, David, they're still in great position. I know you do too. Thanks for that report. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Boston. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, Atlanta. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Huerter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the point. And for Boston, Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5. Now Hunter, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Young, and he uses the glass on the layup. Young's got his second basket of the night. And in tonight's game, pride definitely burned at stake when you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams. Talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006. Which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? Kind of took care of it.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, have you settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Capella. They need this, and it's good on the layup.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Wow, here's Brown. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Well, we know that Trae Young is a phenomenal passer, which is why you just can't leave him open like that.
Brown with it. He's picked up by Collins. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Walker against Young. Shot's good by Walker.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Tice finds Tatum. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Young passes to Hunter. Inside, it's stolen by Tice. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Tatum leading the charge. Rebounded by Capella. The Hawks trail by 3. And stolen by Hayward. Passes to Tice. Tatum with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Hayward can hit. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Young, here we go. Rebounded by the Celtics.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Got that one up quick.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer. Huerter's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Walker. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Hunter, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Tatum, the basket good off the assist from Hayward. 11 points for Jason Tatum.
And in one-on-one situations, Tatum is a nightmare to guard. Versatile offensively and really allows him to score consistently.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Collins. Trae Young is out there with Reddish. Then there's Carter. And it's Jones in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the total court for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that team knew about you.
And when Kyle Korver played for Atlanta, he set a league record with at least 1 3-pointer in 127 consecutive games.
And to think that you just wouldn't have one of those nights where nothing was going in, 127 is pretty impressive. Record was broken eventually by Steph Curry in 2016. But for Atlanta, that 127 is still a team record. And you wonder if one Trae Young might have his eyes set on it.
And the Celtics making a change here. Williams is checked in. Tatum passes to Cantor. He doesn't hit that one. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Here's Wanamaker following the score by Vince Carter. Cantor finds Williams. And Jones sends it back. Here's Reddish. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And that's how you want to see defense play. Got right up in his face to bother the shot.
That's going to make any scorer uncomfortable when you get that aggressive.
For Atlanta, they come in off the loss to New York. Boston again missing. Here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Reddish. Over Smart. A shot by Reddish, no good.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
And finished off by Collins.
Just has a nose for the dunks. Collins up there once again.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 6. Tatum on the wing. Will it go? A second chance effort. Back to Wanamaker. Over Collins. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Young taking his time here. Out to the right wing. Collins kicks to Young. A 3-ball. Rebound by the Celtics.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Shifty, elusive offensively. Tatum's scoring potential is through the roof.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Cantor. Brown comes in for Tatum. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Capella.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
The Hawks leading.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
Hunter, the pass to Dedmon. Stolen by Smart. Oh, and here comes Walker all alone. That gives them the lead. And the Celtics lead by 1. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes. 6 already.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Robert Williams. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Marcus Smart. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 5 to shoot. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Here's Hunter. But they get it back. Young for 3. Unable to get that one. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 1. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greeting. There was no stopping Jason Tatum in the first half. He ended up with 15. Thanks for joining.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at him.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at center. Walker against Young. Brown kicks to Hayward. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The putback. It's good on the putback. And now it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Tatum. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one, Kevin. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Young finds Collins. It's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Atlanta making some changes. Jones checked in for Clint Capella, and it's Carter in for Huerter. Young with no one around, and that comes off the assist by Jones.
Yeah, Trae Young exploring the limits of his range in this one. As good as he is offensively, the challenge for Trae Young as the years go on here is to stand up defensively and shut down whoever he's guarding. Small and slender. If he can become just a little bit above average on that floor, that's a huge win for the entire team.
Here's Tice.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Walker.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
And he said he's eager to change the narrative about his defensive shortcomings. But, Brent, what does Trae Young need to do to improve there?
Well, I think he has to look at the approach that Steph Curry had. You remember with the Warriors, a lot of questions about Steph not being able to guard his position and shifting off with play. Trae's got to accept that challenge as much as he's trying to lead this team offensively. If he can show defensively he can be consistent, that's going to go a long way for these young Hawks.
Huerter. Rebound, Boston. Tice has got 4 rebounds in this game. And here's Brown outside, nailed from three-point land. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
And the three-point shot is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be draining these looks.
Hayward with the ball. And it's Carter picking him up. Tice. It's rebounded by Huerter. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And here's Young from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Young's got 15.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
It's Brown with the drive. Tice. Tatum kicks to Walker. The Celtics working the ball around now. Now, here's Tice. Defended by Jones. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. That's in coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists in the game.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And what I love about Tatum, he is decisive when his decision-making in terms of driving the basketball. Solid at kind of just putting his head down and creating the angle, and then the strength there to take the contact and force the foul.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Marcus Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Now the pass to Reddish. Launches it. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Tatum. Celtics have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Good on the shot, and not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for Boston. It's a 1-point game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Here's Dedmon. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Pass to Williams. Here's Wanamaker. Teague covering. Fires top of the key. The shot misses. And here we go. Hawks running again. Here's Reddish. Missed inside. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Well, the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Atlanta, you've got Reddish. Membry out there with Teague. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Capella in at the four-man position. And Clint Capella is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here is Williams. Uncovered. The Celtics get it back in a new 14. Smart, wide open, he fires. Misses the three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Collins. He kicks to Capella. Young outside. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. And Capella with the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside, Smart. Right side, Tatum. Canner in the corner. Pass to Wanamaker. The three. Offensive rebound, Celtics. Pass to Smart. Over to the wing. Cantor dishes to Smart. The three from Tatum. Atlanta with the rebound. Collins has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
And Huerter gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 6.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Shots good from Young.
Trae Young showing you variety. He could score in a lot of ways.
The pass to Canner. And Canner throws it down.
And how about the agility coming from the big man? I mean, that's not something we often see from him.
You know, it's never going to be, Greg, a 360 dunk when he goes up with it, but it will be 2 points. We do know that.
Well, he's obviously got the length there to make those kind of plays. Just needs to attack more, and that time he did.
Here's Smart. Wanamaker chip back in for 2.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Tatum drives in. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Tatum's got 4 this quarter.
Tatum's experience in these spots is starting to show. He's never been afraid to take the biggest shots.
On the free throw, no good. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Hayward comes in for Williams. Brown is checked in for Smart. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Huerter, no good. For Boston, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Offensive rebound, Tatum to take the lead. He shoots again. Brown finds Hayward. Back to Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
And with Brown, it doesn't matter what point in the game it's at. He's ready to shoot whenever and wherever he has the ball in a good spot.
Huerter, no good.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Here's Hayward. It's good!
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Young from outside. Rebound Boston. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
Back to Tice, and stolen by Hunter.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
It drops, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
It's in. Trae Young comes up huge this time, looking like the go-to guy.
Hayward passes to Tice, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his fourth personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
And just like that, this game is a two-possession affair.
Young passes to Huerter. Three-pointer. But they recover it. The kick out to Young. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Using a quick, compact release, Trae Young, very difficult to guard.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3-ball.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 3. 3 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they need a 3 to tie. Look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
From deep. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Every single inch of his range on that one.
Now a timeout called by Boston. For the win. Shot is good. But oh, it looks like this one might get reviewed. Very close on the release. And yes, the officials want to review the shot. They initially thought he didn't get it off in time, but it was awfully tough to tell. What a moment this is, huh? And so it's Boston scraping by with the win.